So, I am Silke. Hi, from Heart for Art. I teach people step by step how to paint online and in my studio. And today is all about if you're new to painting or you want to start painting and you're a bit nervous or you're afraid that you're going to make mistakes, so you're a bit nervous to try, or if you're thinking you're not creative or you don't believe you can paint. Or maybe you have tried and you gave up because you didn't like what you painted or didn't think it was working well. So if you can relate to any of what I've just said, then this Hearty Tips for Silke today is for you, all right? So I'm going to talk about how having the right mindset before you start is really important, and how actually making mistakes is also really important, because that's the best way to overcome your nerves, essentially. And at the end of all of that, you will be able to pick up your paintbrush and paint with confidence and really enjoy your painting time a lot more. Okay? So I wanted to share this with you today because I've been there. Okay? When I started this business, for example, I'm like, oh, what if I can't make it work? What if I can't figure out how to do it all? What if people don't like it? What if they don't come? What if I fail? Or biggest horror of all horrors for a perfectionist German like myself, what if I make mistakes? What will people think? The problem with nerves is that they stop us doing it so much, and we get this whole inertia, this block, and we miss out because of all the what ifs. We miss out on so much because of the what ifs. Now, I've been very blessed to have had some awesome mentors who have taught me how to overcome my nerves, and I've read a load of books on the topic as well because I really wanted to conquer it. And it's showed me how to focus on positive what ifs instead of the negatives. All right. You know, telling myself, what if I can do this? What if it really does work? And what if people love it? You know? And what if I have so much fun, I'll be pinching myself every day asking, can this really be my awesome life? I get to paint every day. Clearly I got over my nerves and did start the business, Heart for Art. Here it is, ta-da! And I do pinch myself all the time because, like I said, I get to paint for a living. I love painting and I get to do it for a living. And bonus of all bonuses, I get to share it all with you guys, so that you can experience how awesome it is and how much fun it is as well. So, you know, and you can realize you can paint as well. So I want to share what I've learnt about overcoming nerves and fear and all of that. And I want you to experience that as well. So I've got four, count them, there's four simple tips to share with you today. And that you can start using them straight away, like as soon as we finish. Even while I'm still talking, you can start using them, all right? And once you hear them, you'll they'll just make sense, and then you can apply them, and so you can just overcome all of your painting nerves. And it's not just about painting. What I'm going to teach you today is applicable to anything in life. Whatever you're nervous about or need some help overcoming, it's applicable for that as well. So today's a little bit of a pep talk, really, for life in general, but related to painting as well. All right. So I want to start by telling you about a book I'm reading, because it's really helped me unlock my mind a lot. A lot of stuff I was getting to anyway, but it's really sort of clicked and unlocked my mind and helped me really overcome my nerves, especially when I do anything new, which there's an absolute ton of when you start a business. Okay, it's a book by Bob Proctor. Excuse me, itchy shoulder. A book by Bob Proctor called You Were Born Rich. Okay, now it's not just talking about money, it talks about that as well, but it's talking about your potential. We're all born with the potential to be rich in all areas of our lives, not just money. We're talking family, relationships, work, creativity, sport, whatever. We're all born with the potential to be super rich in those areas. And the book explains how we're all designed to do amazing things. You know, the problem is that the majority of people don't do those amazing things because they tell themselves they can't, or the what ifs kick in. You know, what if I can't? What if I fail? But we all can. We all got the potential to. I'll give you an example. Like, most of you will have a PC or a Mac. I'm speaking to you on my Mac right now. Or you've got a PC. Now, how much does it do when the lid's closed, when it's switched off? Nothing. Zero. Zip. Nada. Right? But when you switch it on, you tell it what you want it to do, and it does it. Brilliant. You can surf the internet, you can tell it to create spreadsheets, you can do face-to-face chats with people, lives. You can talk to people on the other side of the world. You can do some online chat, online shopping, you can watch movies, you can watch Hearty Tips with Silka. The possibilities are endless, right? Especially if you even install some extra software, okay? You can edit photos, videos, you can compose music, you can design things, the potential is huge, right? But if you don't tell your computer what you want it to do, it does nothing. It's just a metal plastic box full of wasted potential. It just sits there. Now, your brain is just like that computer. It's not intuitive. It only does what you tell it to. All right? So guess what? If you tell yourself, I'll never be good at painting or anything in life, fill in the blank, you won't be, because the rest of you will never try because you just told your brain you can't. You programmed your computer that it wasn't possible, so you're not going to try. And that's why most people miss their potential, because they tell themselves they can't. They say, I'm not artistic, or I'll never be good at it, I'm not creative, or I can't. Whatever your what if is, or your reason that you can't, you won't be able to, because you're telling your brain that you're not going to be able to do it, and it responds by not doing it. You probably all know and love Mike King, our new favourite New Zealand comedian. He's also a strong mental health advocate. Now, he talks a lot about our top 2%, and he's talking about our brain. The top 2% of our body is our brain, and it is the biggest mental block that we have. He's absolutely right, because we give ourselves so many reasons why we can't do something. Excuses, what ifs, which is strange, because when you think about it, when you apply that to something you've never done, how do you know you're not good at it if you've never done it? You already decided you can't do it when you don't even know. You've never tried. It's why don't we believe the opposite could be true instead? What if you try it and you're actually good at it, whatever it is you're trying to do? I'm talking painting today, but what if you end up being good at it just by trying and going, hey, cool. You could end up creating beautiful works of art and have the best time ever painting. But if you've already told yourself before you even started that you can't, then you won't, So this is where it is super, super important to have the right mindset before you start. So this is tip number 1, is to reprogram your brain. You tell the computer what it can do, and the rest will follow. All right? So if you tell yourself you can, your brain will go, okay, I can, and it'll respond accordingly, and that makes anything possible. Just like that computer, whatever you tell it to do, it can do it. So, you've got endless possibilities of what you can achieve as well, just by deciding you can. Now, one of my favourite quotes from that book of Bob Proctor's is, all you must do is figure out how you can, not whether or not you can. Get it? I'll say that again because it's good. All you must do is figure out how you can, not whether or not you can. All right? Now, I'm reading this book for the 3rd time because it has totally changed my way of thinking, and it's unlocked this potential in my brain, and my business is just, I'm doing way more than I ever thought possible because I've reprogrammed my brain and told myself that I can. All right, and I'm so super excited about what's coming in the future and all the potential that I'm now unleashing. It's amazing. So now when I face a new challenge, instead of telling my brain, oh, I don't think I can, what if it fails, oh, what if it all goes wrong, instead I turn off all those negative thoughts and I tell myself, okay, I know I can, I just don't know how yet. I have the potential to, I just need to figure out how, so I can tell my brain what to do next. All right? reprogramming my brain to teach it that it is possible, and we just got to figure it out and tell it what to do next. Then I go and find the information I need. I learn from others. I have great mentors. There's so much information online these days. I get the knowledge I need and I go for it. So like I said, now I'm achieving so much more than I ever thought possible, and you can too. All you have to do is reprogram your brain, all right? I want that for you as well, because I don't want anyone to miss out, not just on painting, the joy of painting, but your true potential in life in general. You know, so many times people come to the studio, they've never painted before, they have the best time, they create the most amazing paintings, and I say to them, imagine what else you can achieve if you just tried. You know, you didn't know you could do it because you didn't try, but imagine what else you could achieve in life if you just tried. And it's so exciting, that potential that you unleash when you just give it a go. And I know that every single person has creativity inside themselves. It's just locked in there waiting to get out, all right? We just need someone to show us how and show you how to find it and use it, all right? And that's what I'm here for as well. So start today. Tell yourself you can be creative. You have creativity in you. You can paint. You just need someone to show you how, all right? And like I said, that's what I'm here for. I will do my best wherever I can, however I can, to help you on your journey, okay? Feel free to email me, message me, WhatsApp me, send a pigeon, smoke signals, whatever, if you're stuck with anything, and I will do my best to help you. Because that is my purpose in life, essentially. That's what what I'm here for. So you just need to focus on eliminating the negatives, get rid of all the I can't thinking, and reprogram your brain to the I can thinking, all right? And repeat that to yourself as often as you need to, all right? It does take a little bit of practice, but eventually it gets a lot easier, all right? So repeat it as often as you need to. Now, if you're watching this and you're wanting to learn to paint, I got to say congratulations, because that's already the first step in the right direction. Yay! That's already a little part of your brain telling you, you're telling your brain, maybe I can. I just need to see what she says and maybe I can figure it out. So you're already one step on the way to getting over those nerves. Reprogramming your brain is such an important skill in life in general for anything you want to achieve, all right, including learning to paint. Once you unlock that and realize that you can actually do anything you decide to do, possibilities are endless. And then once you've decided, okay, I can learn to paint, once you get there, and you've reprogrammed your brain, I can learn to paint. Second tip for the day, get started. The shortest path to overcoming your nerves is to start doing the thing you're nervous about, all right? I'll say that again. The shortest path to overcoming your nerves is to start doing the thing you're nervous about. Remember back to learning to drive, for example. I remember when I did it, my legs were shaking so bad I could barely keep my feet on the pedals. I was so nervous. Oh, what if I crash? Oh, what if I get it wrong? I don't know. It was just frightening. Bit of practice, bit of teaching, eventually got my license, a bit more driving, and now I don't even think about it. There are no nerves involved whatsoever. And that's just the best way to learn, is to start doing it. You can't learn to do it without doing it. So many things like that. And for my business, there's new stuff almost every day that I have to learn, and a lot of it's quite freaky and some of it's not. But even like these Facebook Lives, a couple of months ago, I didn't know how to do them. And of course, Facebook's changing all the time. I had no idea how to do them or even what information to share. And I was so nervous about being live in front of you all. Just a little bit though. But the thing is, I resisted doing this for so long because I was terrified of getting it wrong, of making mistakes, and my mentor kept pushing me, saying, just start, just try one, give it a go. So I told my brain, okay, there's no more I can't thinking. Now it's I can thinking. I just need to figure out how to do this and get started. And here I am now, not much later, and I'm doing 2 lives a week. I still get a little bit nervous beforehand, but the more I do it, the better it gets. And I've been telling myself, once I've done heaps more, the nerves will go away completely, and it'll be like driving. I won't be nervous at all when I do it. So I'm on my way. But the same is true when you're learning to paint. You might be nervous or afraid that you're going to make a mistake when you start, but that is totally normal. It's totally normal to be nervous when you're trying anything new for the first time. I'll give you another example. I'm a keen skier, and I've taken a lot of people skiing over the years, and when I teach people to ski, they're always afraid of falling over. So the first thing I do is I push them over. Sounds bad, but it gets it out of the way. You know, they've told their brain that falling is scary, so they're afraid of it, and the nerves kick in and they get all stiff. So I push them over just to get it over and done with and show them that it's actually not so bad. Snow is mostly quite soft. So it's not as big a deal as their brain has told them it would be. Once they realize that, they're a little less nervous, you know, and they just the more they fall, the less nervous they get. And they sort of relax into it a bit more, and they start to enjoy it more as well. And they start to learn what makes them fall, and they avoid doing that. So they're getting better at the same time. And the same is true for painting and anything in life that you want to learn. All right? So my third tip is that you need to make mistakes. Tip number 3, you need to make mistakes. And the quicker you make them, the better. It's the best way to learn. You're learning, you're going to make mistakes, and that is totally okay. The sooner you make these mistakes and realize it's not a big deal, the sooner you'll get over your nerves, and the sooner you'll really start to enjoy yourself, all right? And again, I'm talking about painting today, but this is kind of relevant for anything in life, really. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Like, the more you paint, the quicker you'll make mistakes, the quicker you'll learn, and the quicker you'll get better at it. All right. So I'll give you an example of my not being keen on the lives. The very first paint party I did, at the end of it, I was actually upside down on the screen for a little bit. Now, thankfully, everyone who was doing that paint party with me had a good laugh, and I realised that it actually wasn't as big a deal as I thought it would be to make, you know, a mistake like that. And I learned not to swivel my phone the wrong way because the image flips. So as much as I messed it up, I learned something, we all had a laugh, and I got it right next time. All right. And the first few lives and paint parties I'll be doing, I kind of made a new mistake each time, and I learned something each time. So now my virtual paint parties, they're getting better and better. They're more fine-tuned, but I had to make those mistakes to learn how to do it better. That is my point. You have to make the mistakes, all right? So embrace them. Just start experimenting with painting. Don't worry about the rules. Just start painting. Don't worry about the rules or doing anything correctly. There's no painting police that are going to come and say, oh, you're not doing that right. You know? So just jump in, have a go, get the feel of your brushes, get the feel of your paint, get the feel of how it all works together. It's kind of like when you're getting dressed in the morning. You try things on. If they clash, you try something else, right? There's no harm done. You just learn what goes together and what doesn't. You learn what works. It's the same with painting. If it doesn't work, no harm done. Try something else. And then once you've made lots of mistakes, you'll have a way better understanding of what works, and you'll get much, much better at it. All right. And of course, if you want some extra tips on fixing mistakes, go and watch last week's Hearty Tips with Silka. It's on my website there on the blog. Look for the blog on the menu. Fixing common mistakes. So that'll help you learn even faster. And of course, I'm here every week with Hearty Tips to help you along the way as well. So go and make mistakes. The more you make, the faster you will learn. And don't stress. Embrace the mess. All right? Relax and enjoy the process. Which brings me to some of the most common mistakes. Another one of the most common mistakes I see in the studio, and that is people trying to get it perfect first time. All right. Tip number 4, don't put too much pressure on yourself to get it perfect. Not just first time, anytime, all right? No one is perfect at something the very first time they try. Unless you're some kind of gifted savant, you won't be either. And that's okay. That's totally okay. Now, as a perfectionist German, I totally get this one. I always want to get everything right every time. I get so frustrated when I can't or I make mistakes. And I'm not just talking about painting, I'm talking about anything in life again. The problem with perfectionism, though, is that it can really slow you down because everything takes so much longer to get perfect. Or it can stall you completely. You just stop dead in your tracks. I know when I used to paint years ago, I was always, I would take up to sort of 50, 60, 70 hours to do one painting. You know, and I was selling paintings then, so my hourly rate was pretty low because it would take me so long. Because I was just trying to get everything perfect. And I would get frustrated, A, because it was just taking too long, and B, because I wasn't enjoying it as much either. Now, when I started this business, I knew I had to get over that perfectionism really quickly. Otherwise, I would be doing 40-hour paint parties, which I don't think anyone has the stamina for. But thankfully, I've mentioned my business mentors. They are awesome, and they have taught me to value progress over perfection. All right? More important to make progress than it is to get things perfect. You got to focus on getting started, not getting it perfect. Just get going. And it was only when I loosened up and embraced my mistakes that I really started to enjoy it more. You know, and now I can knock out a painting in an hour or two, and I love it. I'm just, since I've loosened up and let go of the perfectionism, I've just had so much more fun with it. I just paint with reckless abandon now, and I love it. And if I don't like it, I just paint over the whole canvas, start again. It doesn't matter. It's just about the process and having fun. And I learned from my mistakes faster as well. You know, 60 hours on one painting, how many mistakes can you make in that time? So I encourage you to really embrace progress over perfection. Go and make mistakes. Don't worry about getting it perfect. You will learn so much quicker and you will get better as you paint. All right? Imagine like Olympic athletes. They don't go and win gold the very first time they give it a go. You know, they have years of a coach telling them, teaching them, training them. They have years of training and practice and workouts and all of that, and it takes time to get to that gold medal. All right? You don't just go and do it the first time. Same as for painting. Just don't pressure yourself. All right? You won't enjoy it as much either. Okay? Art is not about being perfect. It's about enjoying the process of it as well. So the more you relax and loosen up, the more you will enjoy it. And the more you paint, the better you'll get at it. And because art is so good for you, you'll get all the mental health benefits along the way as well. All right? So, what next? Reprogram your brain. All right? Tell it what you want it to do. Tell it, I can learn to paint, and I can paint. All right, go experiment, go make mistakes. The more you make, the faster you'll learn. And have fun with it, essentially. So I hope that's helped today. If there's anyone else you know who would benefit from today's Hearty Tips with Silka, please do share it with them. And I'm not just talking about painting, I'm talking about if there's anyone you know who struggles to overcome fear and nervousness, then please do share this video with them or share it from my blog. It'll be there on next week. And if you'd like me to show you step by step how to create a whole painting, you can join one of my paint parties at the website. Go and grab your ticket. The next one is there, Island Bay. There it is, Island Bay. We're doing Island Bay on the 29th of August. So what I taught you today, I'm just going to summarize now. I taught you that we are all born with potential. Okay, your brain is just like a computer. It only does what you tell it. So you have to, it's super important to get this right from the beginning. You have to get the right mindset right from the start. You reprogram your brain and you tell it, I can paint. I can learn to paint. I will paint. And the rest will follow, all right? Or I'll say that quote again that I mentioned before from Bob Proctor's book. All you must do is figure out how you can, not whether or not you can. Okay? So start today by telling yourself you can be creative, you can paint, you just need someone to show you how. All right? And then get started. Get started. The shortest path to overcoming your nerves is to start doing the thing you're nervous about. Jump on in. Go. Jump off that high dive board. Rah! Jump on in. It is normal to be nervous when you're doing something for the first time, so don't be worried about that. It's totally normal. And my third tip was that you need to make mistakes. Okay, so the first tip was reprogram your brain. The second tip was get started. And the third tip was you need to make mistakes. The quicker, the better, because it is the best way to learn. The sooner you make those mistakes and realize it's not a big deal, you know, like pushing someone over in the snow. Snow's soft. It's not a big deal. Get up, carry on. The sooner you will get over your nerves, all right? And the sooner you will really start to enjoy painting. And the more you paint, the quicker you'll learn from your mistakes and the better you'll get, okay? So just go have fun. Have a go, have fun. And don't stress. Embrace the mess. That's a quote directly from Heather in Auckland, who mentioned that to me in an email, I think. No, it was the last paint party she did. I thought that was good. Don't stress, embrace the mess. Thanks, Heather. Relax and enjoy the process. And tip number 4 was don't put too much pressure on yourself to get it right. No one is perfect at something the first time they do it. So you won't be either, and that is just totally okay. Give yourself time to learn. Paint with reckless abandon. Have fun, go crazy, and start learning from your mistakes faster. So I really encourage you to just embrace progress over perfection. All right? Go make mistakes. You'll learn quicker, you'll get faster at it. All right? So yes, with all of that that I've just taught you, rewatch it if you need to. You'll be able to reprogram your brain. Tell yourself, I am creative, I can paint. I'm ready to get started and I'm looking forward to learning from all my mistakes. And then you'll be able to ditch those nerves, pick up a paintbrush with confidence because you're so excited to start making mistakes while you learn, and it'll be fun. You'll have a blast. All right? So yes, go make mistakes, go experiment, have fun. And like I said, if there's anyone else you think would benefit from today's Hearty Tips for Silka, please share this video with them or just tag them in the comments or whatever. And it will hopefully help them. And I hope I've helped you a little bit today. So give us a like, give us a heart if you found today helpful. And like I said, if there's anything that you would like some help with, send me an email, message me, whatever. Get in touch and let me know what you're struggling with, and I will do my best to help you. All right? So, yes, that is the Hearty Tips for today. Next week's episode of Hearty Tips with Silka, I have got a free mini virtual paint party for you, where I will be showing you how to paint this lovely little kingfisher, which I just painted yesterday. Oh, the lighting's not that great. Hang on, let me see if I can get... You can't see all his bright colours very well in this light. But isn't he lovely? He's like, woohoo, I'm free, I can fly. So I will be teaching that one next week. It's a nice, short, quick virtual paint party, and it's free right here. My aim is to teach you something new every week with my Hearty Tips for Silka. So I will be here next week teaching you that one, and every week, same time, same place, next week, every week. All right? So go and have a great week, and hopefully see you at the end of a paintbrush soon. Go well. Bye.